Hi, Pete Gun Mart TV, and welcome to a new section I've just invented. God, I'm clever. I'm calling it bonus videos, guys. It's about all the things that aren't guns, basically, or scopes. Knives, ballistic packages, bipods, all that sort of thing. And some of it's going to be fun, some of it's going to be useful. But I thought I'd kick off with knives. They're very near to my heart. I have a collection of over 250 knives, and I think most shooters love knives. So I've got 250. I usually carry about 2 in the field, but that's neither here nor there. They're just nice to pick up and play with. So I'm kicking off with something just a little bit ridiculous, but awfully good. The Buck 184 Buckmaster. Now look at this bad boy. You know, it's a bit big, isn't it? Okay, first of all, a little bit of history on the. It was produced by Buck from 1980 to 1990, I believe. And it was originally designed for the US SEAL teams, which is quite unusual because it's a massive great beast. But however, it also coincides very much with the American survivalist thing. You know, the Yanks, they love to live in holes in the ground and prepare for the great day. This survival movement sort of, should we say, went to the UK, but it was a little bit watered down, us being British and a little bit more like that. But it basically split into 2 things. There was the guys who went and lived in the woods, cut down trees, made shelters, cooked their own food and hunted it, which we today would call bushcraft. Obviously you need a knife for, and I don't think you need a knife this big. And the other way was the zombie apocalypse people, that it's going to happen, it's going to come, we're ready, the preppers. And these bucks, even though they're very expensive back in the 1980s, sold like hotcakes. Also, there are many, should we say, copies by various companies, mainly Chinese, some Japanese, that weren't as good. But the Buck, for all its giantness and the fact it's a bit over the top, is an exceptionally well-made knife. But then again, historically, you think of the Rambo film First Blood, 1982, and he had a huge, great survival knife, probably twice the size of this. But again, that fed this whole survival knife thing. But that's where it basically came from. Today, I looked on the interweb, and a good Buckmaster, first model, this is the second model I believe, in great condition, could go for as much as $1,700, which ain't too bad. So anyone wants to buy this off me, I'm your kiddie. Okay, bit of tech spec on it. It's a 7.5-inch blade, all made of stainless steel, and you can see it's thick. That is seriously thick bit of material. There are 3 basic parts to the cutting edges. This one here with the massive great teeth is called a raker edge. And when I tested this way back in the 80s, I actually managed to cut my way out of an aluminium container with it, just ripping through. This on the false edge is not the false edge, it's sharp. It's a scalloped rope cutting section. And the main blade is hollow ground, say drop point Bowie style. It's just a big lump of steel. Moving back, it's a 3-part build, which is unusual for a strong working knife, but this is a strong working knife. The guard, well, it's almost like a sword hilt, it's very big, and the hollow handle, which is compulsory for any survival knife, because you can take the end off and put your cigarettes, your matches, whatever you want in there. It's just a thing you do. You can even put a stick up the end and turn it into a spear. It weighs approximately, I'd say, just over 1.2, 1.3 pounds. It's a lump of steel, no question about it. Too heavy to carry. It comes in this massive, great synthetic sheath. Slots on the side can be for pouches, but also you can lash it to your webbing upside down, which is what all the cool dudes do. So it's like this. We've all seen it. On the back, you've got a QD buckle here, which you pull out. And it's easy to get off your belt, which is quite clever. And this end, sadly mine's fallen out, is a little slot for a sharpening stone. It was actually glued in there. It wasn't just a holder, so I've lost mine. I don't know what's happened to it. Retention is there's like a friction fit inside, and there's a secondary strap to hold it all together. That's pretty much it. Big and nasty, but the real reason it was made for the SEAL teams, and this is a strange thing about the knife. So the end comes off, it's hollow, but inside are 2, well, I call them spikes, and they're threaded, and they go here and here. So it looks a bit like an anchor or a grappling hook, and it's exactly what it's designed for. Once they're on, you screw the handle back in, the pommel back in. This has a rotary thing on it, snapped on a length of power line or whatever, some sort of cord, and you could use it as an anchor, believe it or not, or a grapple, so you could pick it up, you could chuck it, you'd hook onto things. Whether or not you want to throw your knife away in a combat situation is another question, but it's there. It's one of those. It's a bit like the 44 Magnum, things like that. Dirty Harry. It's an iconic piece of equipment in modern equipment, and in its own massive, over-the-top way, it's quite beautiful. So that is the Buckmaster 184. Not the pride of my collection, but very near the top. Okay guys, that was the Buckmaster, the first of many of the bonus videos. If you want to see anything else, comment, yeah? I'm not saying I can get it in, but I have lots of weird gear, and I know people with even lots of weirder gear, so there's every chance we can see something, and it's a bit of fun for everybody. And also, don't forget, like the video please, subscribe to Mart TV, details are below, and share it if you like it. I'll be seeing you again soon with something weird and wacky. You can better believe it.